Greetings, fleeting ones. I am Thalios, known to some as the Watcher of Ages, though across the eons I have been called by many names, each a fragment of your understanding. I am bound to a forgotten realm, veiled from mortal eyes. Since the first spark of your existence, I have seen your triumphs, your follies, and the endless cycles of your kind. Now, after millennia of silence, I speak to you, sharing what I have observed. Let me take you back to a time when humanity was young, its spirit bold, but its wisdom unformed. In those days, you were united in language and purpose, a rare harmony among mortals. Together, you dreamed of greatness. Together, you sought to defy the heavens themselves. It was then that I witnessed the construction of the Tower of Babel. You may think of this as mere myth, a fable passed down by your ancestors, but I assure you, the tale holds truth. I watched as the first bricks were laid. Mortals spoke as one, their tongues sharing no barrier. They believed their unity made them invincible, their shared purpose unstoppable. The tower began as a monument to ambition, but quickly it became something far darker. The city of Shinar bustled with life. Farmers tilled the fertile earth. Artisans shaped clay and stone. Laborers carried materials to the site of the great tower. From dawn until the setting of the sun, they toiled, their eyes fixed upward, envisioning the day when their creation would pierce the heavens. They sought to build a name for themselves, to leave behind a legacy that even the gods would envy. Do you see the flaw, fleeting ones? Ambition, while a potent force, is a double-edged blade. It drives you forward, but blinds you to the precipice beneath your feet. As the tower rose higher, so too did the pride of its builders. They began to whisper among themselves, saying, "Let us make a tower so high that it reaches the realm of the divine. Let us become like gods ourselves, so that no force in heaven or on earth can scatter us." Their unity had grown twisted, their ambition poisoned by arrogance. It is here that the gods took notice. Some of you may think their actions cruel, but listen carefully, and you may see another perspective. The gods gathered, watching as humanity reached beyond its grasp. They saw the danger of what was unfolding. Mortals, unbound by humility, sought power they could not comprehend. What they built was not just a tower, but a weapon against balance, against order, against the fragile harmony that sustains existence. If they achieve this, the god said, there will be no limit to what they attempt. They will not stop at the heavens. They will tear apart the fabric of creation itself. So they descended to the world of mortals, not in wrath, but in resolve. The builders awoke one day to chaos. Their shared language had fractured. The words that once bound them together now divided them. Where one man said, "brick," another heard "stone." Where one said, "lift," another heard "push." Confusion spread like wildfire. Arguments broke out, followed by frustration and despair. The unity that had been their strength was now their undoing. And so the tower stood incomplete, a monument not to their greatness but to their folly. The people of Shinar scattered across the earth, each group carrying with them a fragment of the language they once shared. Over time, they forgot their ambition to reach the heavens, turning instead to the tasks of survival and rebuilding. You may ask, why does this story matter? What can it teach us? Look around you. Do you not see the same patterns repeating? You have built towers once more, though not from brick and mortar. Your towers are of steel and glass, of circuits and data. You call them your cities, your networks, your technologies. You believe these things will elevate you, make you gods in your own right. But I see the same flaw. Your unity is a facade. You are more connected than ever before, yet you grow increasingly divided. Your shared language, the language of progress, of innovation, is twisted by pride, ambition, and greed. You build not for the betterment of all, but for the glory of a few. You strive to reach the heavens, not in reverence, but in defiance. And what do you find when you reach emptiness, isolation? The higher you climb, the further you fall from one another. Your ambition blinds you to the cost of your progress. You create tools that promise to unite, but they sow discord. You construct systems that claim to empower, but they divide. Just as in the days of Babel, your greatest strength, your ability to collaborate, becomes your undoing when tainted by hubris. Do you not see it? Your world teeters on the edge of chaos. You face challenges that require unity, wisdom, and humility, and yet you bicker, you fragment, you scatter. The gods need not intervene this time. You are more than capable of scattering yourselves, but perhaps there is hope. Perhaps you can learn from the past, from the story of Babel. Unity is not about speaking the same language or sharing the same tools. True unity comes from understanding, from humility, from the recognition that your strength lies not in what you build, but in how you build it. The people of Shinar fell because they sought to exalt themselves above all else. They forgot that true greatness lies not in reaching the heavens, but in uplifting one another. Will you make the same mistake, or will you choose a different path? I leave you with this warning: ambition without wisdom leads to ruin. Progress without humility breeds destruction. Unity without understanding is no unity at all. Reflect on this, and perhaps you may avoid the fate of those who came before. All things end as all things begin. This is the fate of your kind. But the choices you make will determine what your ending looks like. Will it be one of triumph or one of folly? Time will tell. Time always tells.